Hey guys, what's up? It's Rhett. Back at it with another video. This video, I'm going to be talking about John Collins' future with the Atlanta Hawks. But first, I got to let you guys know I made a Twitter account. The link is in the bio. Go follow that. And I've also joined a group at Georgia Sports Hospitality Media. It's a page you can go to find all things Braves, Falcons, Atlanta United, all sports in Georgia. So go check that out. That will also be a link in the description. But on to the video. So John Collins' future in Atlanta is definitely uncertain. With getting Capella, our young draft pick we have, is he worth paying the max? And here's what I figured out. The jersey that was leaked the other day, put a picture again somewhere on the screen, was a John Collins jersey. And people started speculating. I saw a tweet, I'll also put that on the screen, where they're like, why would you put a John Collins jersey? Because Trae Young is definitely the star franchise player for your team. And I started thinking that made sense. And then reading the tweet, it says maybe they're doing that to show Travis Schlenk is trying to show John Collins that, hey, we want you back. We want you on this team. You're here for this ride, the journey that's going upwards right now in the future of this team. And I think he's a strong part of it. I think Trae needs him, and I think he needs Trae. And I hope this is right because I love John Collins. I hope he stays. And him and Trae are a dynamic duo. I think they're one of the best in the league as a young dynamic duo. So I'd hate to see it broken up. I think John Collins, I don't think he's worth a max. I think a max is like 5 years, maybe $150 million. I think he's probably worth about $130 million if I'm right on that. Because I think Trae makes him such a good player. The pick and roll, finding him for open shots, I don't think he gets that anywhere else. So that's why I think his value with us is super high, but anywhere else I don't think it's as high. Because Trae Young's one of the best passers in the league. He can penetrate and kick to John for jumpers. They can do pick and roll, throw alley-oops, because Trae's such a deadly on the drive for floaters and layups that they have to put all their pressure on him so he can throw alley-oops, or Trae will score a bucket. So that's what I think makes him so valuable to us. I think he brings Trae's stock value up a lot. Even though Trae can do a bunch of stuff on his own, the flashier plays are made in the pick and roll with John Collins. But John Collins, he wants a max, but he's also stated he wants to stay in Atlanta, wants to be a Hawk, which I hope he does. Last year, John Collins was one of, I think, 6 or 7 players who averaged a 20-point double-double, which was with like LeBron, Giannis, forgot the other guys, but that's a strong list to be in if it's Giannis and LeBron. But he only played a fraction of the games. He played, I think, like 30-something games, which was still a lot and still very impressive for what he did. He averaged, I think his three-point percentage was like 40%, but that was a sample size. That's why also I don't believe he's worth the money yet, because last couple of years he hadn't had that much production in his shooting percentage. So I think, his contract isn't up this year, it's up next year, so he has a whole nother season with us. But I think we have to see him do that for another season. But that does also mean he has time to get his stock value up to where he wants it to be. Because I think he's an all-star level player. So if he plays up to that caliber next season, say he's averaging 22 points a game with like 10 rebounds, but his 3-point percentage is like high 30s to low 40s, then you're like, well, he's showing max caliber player stats. Maybe he has games in between 20 and 30 every night. Then I think you have to give it to him because he'd be such a strong piece. But if you can get the contract done now, tell him, hey, you had great years, but you hadn't showed that much production outside of those 30 games last year. Sign him for a cheaper contract, kind of like the Braves did with Acuna and Albies. They kind of stole them because they blew up, and now they're worth $300 million contracts, but we're only paying them like $100 million or $35 million. So you want to try to undercut John Collins a little bit. I love him, but you need cap space, and we need to be able to sign older veterans. So John Collins, yes, his future, he has one more year for sure, and I think this year could also be used to see how him and Capella work together. because I think we have a strong starting five, and I think if him and Capella mash together really well, they will keep both of them. But I think if Trey and Capella do really well, we could see John get traded out for a first-round pick or maybe another good player and a pick. Or if Capella and Trey don't mash, we could see Capella get traded because we didn't give up much to get Capella. We have a first-round pick, Brooklyn's. So there's a lot of possibilities here that can happen. The best scenario for us Hawks fans is if they both play well together, the team does good. I think this team has potential to be anywhere from a 3 to 4 seed to an 8 seed. I think we should be guaranteed in the playoffs this year based on the young talent we have, the draft pick we have, Trey's development, John's development, Capella's veteranship with Dedmon's veteranship. And I hope we bring in some more key role players. We don't have Jeff Teague anymore unless we bring him back, and I don't think he'll want to come back. As much as he probably loves Atlanta, it just doesn't make sense because he doesn't play much. We need to bring in some depth on our bench. Don't bring in star players because none of them will come here. But get those good role players like Bertans, Fournier, that know they're not starters, but they'll come in and play. So I think John Collins' future, I hope he stays. Let me know what you think. Do you want him to stay? Do you think it's smart for him to go? Until next time, peace.